All right, guys. So Matthew Stafford is back at practice. So again, I told you guys not to worry. He's going to be ready for week one. And sure enough, it looks like he's going to be ready for week one. So we're going to get into it. Before we do, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media at JK Bogan, including Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Kick, and Twitch. Whenever I decide to start doing that again. But yeah, so Matthew Stafford did return to practice, both with the individual drills and, of course, the team drills. 26 team drills that he had, 26 snaps. Sean McVay didn't share any updates. He's remaining day-to-day on this thing. The social media clips the Rams posted had him throwing absolute dimes to Devontae Adams and, a complete seed to Puka Nacua over the middle. The zip is there. He looks good. He's moving well. So I'll just say this right now. Matthew Stafford, I have continued to remain in the middle on this, not going one way or the other, just telling you how I felt. And basically, I wasn't over telling you, yeah, this is stupid. The media is overblowing this, which I think they were a little bit. But I also wasn't saying, no. Matthew Stafford, literally doesn't have anything wrong with him. Because he does, okay? The back is clearly some sort of an issue. But it's exactly what I've been saying on multiple shows. Matthew Stafford's back is no different than the injuries he's gone through and he's played through, okay? Again, Diana Rossini's report, I think it was the Super Bowl season. I brought this up before. 65% healthy at the end of the year. That is shared right before the playoffs. He goes on to win a Super Bowl. If there's anybody out there that can play, within the confines of injury, being held back by injury, what have you, it is Matthew Stafford. This is one of the toughest SOBs in the NFL, bar none. So, was I ever concerned? No, and that is why. But I also heard from multiple people that he was going to be ready for week one and that the Rams' plan was to essentially minimize the risk of an off-season injury. Now, keep this in mind. In the past, he's practiced, no big deal, whatever. And yes, of course, he dealt with the elbow in 2022. So yes, there have been things in the past. But I think the Rams are looking at this 37-year-old quarterback who they were in a little bit of a scuffle with to get a deal done. Keep in mind, he did almost go to the Raiders. That was a real thing, and, we talked about that. But at the same time, you pay the man, right? Well, now you have to understand this 37-year-old, he's 37, okay? He's going to have back issues. He's going to be sore. This guy was sore when he was 27. He played for the Detroit Lions. They did not at all have a good offensive line for the majority of his time there. I think he had 2 good offensive line seasons, if you will. So the reality is this. Matthew Stafford is a banged-up football player just from the time that he has played. But he's still a damn good football player. And he's got a damn good team. And this team, make no mistake about it, whether 49er fans want to admit it, Seahawks fans want to admit it, Cardinals fans don't really talk like that. But hate to break it to you, if you're down on the Rams, this is probably the worst news that you could have ever seen. Because your hopes, well, they were just hopes. Matthew Stafford is good to go. He's going to play week one. And this team should be considered one of the best teams in the league going into the season. They should be considered a favorite to win the Super Bowl. I believe they have the best team in the Sean McVay era. This is a great roster. It's constructed very well. The offensive line has depth, but they also have starters that you can trust. You have weapons. You added another tight end to the fold. And Terrence Ferguson, speaking of which, was a little bit limited in practice, but that means he was in practice. That's a good sign. Tyler Higbee's good to go, okay? It's not like last year when he was recovering from that idiotic hit from Kirby Joseph, the dirtiest football player in this league. No, okay? He's ready to go, right? Then you have Colby Parkinson. He's going to be what? Their second tight end, their third tight end, their fourth tight end. And they have Davis Allen. That's a really good room. You look at the wide receivers. You look at Puka Nacua. You look at Devontae Adams. He's the best X receiver the Rams have had in years. And then you look at Tutu Atwell. You have that speed. Obviously, they clearly like him a lot. They brought him back on a 1-year, $10 million deal. Jordan Whittington didn't even play in the preseason. That's how hyped they are for him. Then you got X Smith. You see what he's doing. Mumpfield. The depth that's going to be on the practice squad, because they got a lot of guys that can play at the wide receiver position. The running backs, Kyron Williams. He got paid. He's one of the better backs in the league. And he did get more explosive in the offseason. He was working on speed training and grip strength. So I expect, just like how, I said last year, oh, this is a guy that can't stay healthy. Everybody's talking about that. Well, he not only stayed healthy, he played the 4th most snaps in Rams history in a single season, including the postseason. And now his next challenge is not to show you if he can stay healthy. It's to show you that he can't fumble the football and have some explosives. You know what? I think he's going to surprise some people. Then you have Blake Corum, not playing a ton in preseason because they believe in him. He's going to have a role. He's going to be the backup. Jarquez Hunter with the explosive ability, right? So there's a lot to like about what is around Stafford. And that's not talking about what I believe could end up being the better unit. And this is crazy for me to say because I still think the offense is top 3 in the league. I think Stafford's going to throw over 4,000 yards and potentially hover around 40 touchdowns if he stays healthy the full year, right? But the defense, this could be the best defense in the league. They already, Albert Breer reported, he believes that this is the best defensive line in football. Well, now they actually put emphasis in the linebacker room. They went out and got Nate Landman, who's having a killer camp. Omar Spates took the next step in the middle of his rookie year. You got guys like Chris Paul Jr. and Sean Dolak. And then, of course, your outside linebackers, Jared Verse, Byron Young, Josiah Stewart. Kier Thomas stepped up in a big way in the postseason. And you got your DB room that everyone said was the weak link. But, funny enough, their DB room is so good that they were doing a nice job against the Cowboys and the Saints. As a matter of fact, the Saints kept picking on number 4, Ahkello Witherspoon, and they didn't do anything. They couldn't get anything going against him in the joint practices. And furthermore, now we're starting to see, oh, okay. When I was trying to explain all offseason about how this DB room is not only not bad, they're actually good and they're underrated, they're having a struggle on who they're going to keep. We know the 4, Ahkello, Darius, Kobe, and, Emmanuel Forbes. Who are they going to keep after that? AJ Green, Josh Wallace, who's playing more safety, right? Charles Woods, Darion Kendrick. They have it's funny because they're not big names, and Madden probably has them in the 60 rating. So if you play Madden, which I don't advise, but if you do play Madden, you've probably seen the ratings for these players and think they're not good. Well, guess what? They have a lot of depth in that cornerback room, that safety room as well. Nate Valcarcel will not make this team in all likelihood. He's having a really good preseason. So is Malik Dixon-Williams. No one's talking about it. Tanner Engel. They have a lot of talent. This is a very good team. They don't have any issues on the special teams unit with punter, kicker, and long snapper. This team's ready to rock. This team's ready to win the Super Bowl. And guess what? Matthew Stafford isn't as injured as some people wish he was, because if he stays healthy the whole year, and that is a tough task for any quarterback. But if he does stay healthy, this team is winning it all. There is no question in my mind. This is the best team that Matthew Stafford's been on. This is the best team that Sean McVay has coached. It's a great coaching staff. They have stars everywhere. They have guys that are going to be stars that people don't even realize yet. Sleep on this team at your own peril, but I'm telling you right now, Matthew Stafford playing today, practicing today, was an absolute nightmare for the rest of the NFC West, for the rest of the NFC, for the rest of the league. Because I'll tell you right now, if it's like 2021 and he's able to be healthy the full year, and again, I understand why people are a little concerned, because again, if Stafford does have this back issue, whatever, aggravated disc, well, this could linger, right? This could be a problem. But I'm also telling you that Stafford has gone through a lot worse and played through a lot worse. I see the way he's ripping the ball in practice and in those, I'm not concerned. I'm just not. we'll see how things go. I'll react accordingly. But right now, if you're a Rams fan, stop. Stop sulking over Matthew Stafford's back and realize that the Rams have all the pieces to the puzzle to win the Super Bowl. And that starts with 9. And he was back today, and there are a lot of people, the doom and gloomers out there, that are not happy about it. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media at JK Bogan. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, folks. Later. All right, guys. So once again, just want to let you guys know that you can check out my new side project, The Lounge. I interview athletes, musicians, actors, actresses, all the 9. So definitely check it out over on The Lounge with Jake Ellenbogen channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy. In case you guys haven't noticed, I do have a Discord channel for my community on this channel. And if you want to be a part of it, it is free. The link is in the description below. You can sign up. This is basically a 24/7 Rams channel, and we are almost at 1,100 members. So if you want to be a part of it, just hit the link in the description below.